Hello everybody, my name is Jim Ellis Fisher. I am the old one making things. If you're watching this segment of the show, then you're probably on replay, so hit me up with the hashtag replay and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Okay, I'm going to be in your face. If the red live button is lit up at the top of the screen, then you're live, and I am so happy to have you here. Y'all, I'm trying to find myself, and I'm hiding behind it's hiding behind my mic. Okay, so let me see if I can. We've got 8 people on. I'm sorry I was just in somebody's face. I'm sorry about that.
Ellis Fisher. I am the
okay, and let me turn myself down over here.
8 people on. I'm sorry I was just.
Okay, so hey Jennifer, how are you, my friend? Hey Valerie and Marcia and Natalie. Sorry, uh-oh. Okay, I've got the sound up as far as it'll go. I've got my mic on, so hopefully y'all will be able to hear me. And I hope you'll be able to see. Hey, Cindy and Michelle, and I miss people I know. It has been a great event, hasn't it? Hey, Dina. Hey, Christy. Dina. Hey, Ruth. Dina, will you, over the course of this hour, would you pick 6 names, please, and post them and then message me with who they are so that I can get the names to Janice. I do want to thank Janice for including me in this, with this lineup of wonderful crafters. I'm honored and I'm privileged to do that. Janice watched the very first video I ever did, which I think had to be kind of hard to watch. I can't watch it. But she did recognize that I have a sense of humor, and that endeared her to me immediately. And we've been friends ever since. So I am so happy to be doing this with her. Okay, I'll tell you about the group later because she told me I had to. Hey Cindy, hey Penny. Okay, wait, I'm missing comments. Hey Becky. Hey Jerry, I didn't see you come in. Well, I can't see him anywhere. Natalie, Marcia, Dina, Renee, Jennifer. I'm doing fine, thank you, Jennifer. Hey Sherry. Hey Joan. Y'all, that name sets this guy that talks in my computer off. See if I can get rid of him with that. Oh, nope, got rid of myself in the process. Okay, I'm back. All right, y'all, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a gnome. And I've done a little bit of preparation, but not a whole lot because I have an hour and I can get pretty close to finishing it if it cooperates with me. If it doesn't cooperate with me, I may not be able to finish it. But, you know, on the live, but I can. Okay, with any gnome, the first thing you do is you set up the legs and feet. And I did this one already because this is what takes the longest. Thank you, Tammy, for spreading it out. And I've got, I had it. It was here just a minute ago. I've got the other leg ready to go, sort of. There it is. Okay, the first thing you want to do is these little gnomes. This is a little. These little gnomes don't have a lot of weight to them, so you don't have to, you may not need to do this step, but I do it anyway, is I just add a few little rocks, and in this case it's glass, little pieces of glass, because it has to be little bitty rocks to go in there, because you want them to go down into the sole of the the toe of the shoe, and sometimes you have to get firm with them, but you just, well, one of them escaped. Y'all, things are escaping me all the time. If, you know, I'm going to clean that out someday, and no telling what I'm going to find it's been under. I think, okay, now, I've got some rocks in the shoe. You can't really tell, but I'm going to put some glue down over them because I don't want them sliding around. We are making a little girl gnome. And I'm really happy with this. I'm excited about doing it because of this event. But this one will not be for sale. And I think the reason for that will be obvious when I get doing it. They are tiny, and they're just as cute as they can be. And the funny thing is, they're a little bit too big for the littles. Okay, now all I'm doing is this is a wire from a Dollar Tree roller, and I'm just twisting it around to make a little coil here at the bottom, and then I'm going to make sure it's flat and even, and then I'm just going to take my pliers and turn it so the wire goes straightish up. And then I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put this down in the shoe this way. And I remembered that time to do it. And before I lace any more shoe up, I'm going to put a little bit more glue down here. This is what's going to hold the little girl up. This is going to let her stand on her own 2 feet. Sort of. Maybe, I hope. That's the plan anyway. And okay, now come on. Oh no, not that hole. See, this is why I may not finish, because I only got one shoe to do, and it's going to give me fits. No, that didn't go there. Okay, that's why. Okay, y'all bear with me a little bit. I'm sorry I'm not talking, but I really do have to pay attention to what I'm doing on this one. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more glue down in there. I want to be sure the glue gets behind the leg as well as in front of it. And then I'm just going to... I'm doing something wrong, and I don't know what it is. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I laced that other one up wrong. So my shoes aren't going to match, but that's okay. It's a craft, y'all. And probably nobody will notice, I hope. Thank you, Peggy, for walking the gnomes. You know, they like it down there in South Alabama. I like it down there in South Alabama. Okay, so I've got it laced up, and now I'm just going to... Oh, goodness, I've got to... Oops, I got to leave room for the leg to go down in there. So... Y'all, if you don't have a pair of little needle nose excuse me, needle nose pliers like these, I have decided that they are a crafter's very best friend. Okay, so got that in, and now I'm just going to put some more glue down in there. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to let that dry. Now, this part right here is going to become the leg. These littles are about 5.5 to 6 inches tall. That's why they call them littles, because they're little. Okay, this one, these don't even look like the same pair of shoes from the front, but you know, that's okay. I can say it's a craft. It's you do what you do. I did pre-cut the clothes she's going to wear. And I'm going to do this because I won't... Where's my scissors? I have things right in front of me and I can't find them. Let's see, it's that long. No, this one we're doing. that long, so I'm going to cut it off. And y'all, these are just little bitty short legs. That's her leg, and I'm going to put it over there and be sure that it's where I want it. Then I'm going to take it off, and I pre-made some leg, these are going to be leggings, I think. And I'm just going to, and I did them way too long because I'm used to the bigger gnomes. So I'm just going to cut that off. It's going to be uneven, but y'all, it's okay. It's no, nobody's going to see the top of this. Then I'm going to, can y'all hear me and see me okay? Yes, the small shoes come from Amazon. They're finger puppets. Let's see, I just want to, I'm going to run a bead of glue, no, not there, over here on the side that doesn't have a hem. And just a little bit on the edge, all the way over. And then I'm going to put the roller on top of the glue. You don't really want to put the glue directly on the roller, because if you do, it's going to melt the roller. And then I'm going to roll it up. And when I get to this side, you see this side has a smooth edge. I hemmed it. It's going to give the appearance of having been done right. That I made them like you make things, you sew the right sides together and then you turn them inside out, and that's pretty near impossible. And I'm going to hold it because the seam's going to go in the back. Nobody will see it anyway, but that keeps it from raveling. So I've got a finished edge on the bottom and a finished edge on the back. And the edge on the top doesn't matter because it's going to be glued to the gnome. Thank you, Sue. Hey, Eddie. And then I'm just going to slide this over the shoe, and I want to be real sure that my seam is in the back. I picked yellow for no particular reason except that I like it. It reminds me of sunshine, and we all need sunshines in our life, and Janice is a ray of sunshine, so that's why I picked yellow. I better let the glue dry. And I put it on the wrong foot. That's okay. Alright, so I notice this wire's a little bent, but that's okay. It'll still work. Doesn't matter what it looks like down here. What matters is what goes in the body of the gnome. I do want my legs to be the same size, and that is. So okay, let me cut two of these so I'd have. Okay, well, let me just turn this up real quick. I try not to hot glue clothes because I get a little heavy-handed, and then when my clothes seams get lumpy, and I don't like lumpy clothes seams. So I use fabric glue, and I did this ahead of time because it takes that glue a little while to set up. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to put that aside for a minute. When I demonstrated this the other night in the group, I had not figured out that I could use hair rollers for the legs, and they come with the wire, and it just makes things a lot simpler. So I taught them the complicated method. So again, you just put your roller on top of the glue, and you just roll it until it's covered. And you do this even though the legs will be hidden under the dress. You don't want people seeing the pink. I don't want to see people seeing the pink. I did that the wrong way. Shoot. Oh well, it is what it is. I put the finished side down first, and I shouldn't have done that. But that's okay, I'll just make another finished side. You know, there's not a whole lot you can do in crafting that can't be fixed one way or another. You know, I may have discovered one, though, with something I did yesterday, but I'm hoping to get it fixed. Okay, I'm almost done. And I know you can't see because my leg is hiding my hands. Her leg is hiding my hands. Hey, Vicky. Okay, let me just cut this one off. Okay, now I left a little bit at the top, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some snips in this, and then when I put it up against the body, you know, these will fold out, and they'll catch some to the body of the gnome, and that will help hold the legs on. Which one I do? Okay, that's the one I've already done. So let me do this one. If you do this, when you do your legs, you need to do both of them before you move on to the next step. And this is the hardest part to me. Okay, you want to make sure that your shoes are going to be, I can't tell. Can anybody tell? I can't tell. Okay. Nope, I think it's this way. I think that's right. Does that look right to y'all? Still, of the shoes you order from Amazon, y'all, I'll send you a link to mine if you want me to. Still, maybe. I can't remember that. Hey, everybody. Y'all, if you're new the other way, this way, or the way I just had it. Well, you know what? I think it's this way. Well, she's going to be slew-footed no matter what we do to her, so it'll be all right. Okay, y'all are saying yes, and with the gap, I think it's this way. Now, I'm going to cut these wires off so they're not with those. I'm not. So the same amount goes in the leg for both legs, you know, in the body from both legs. So I'm just going to cut that one down. Now, the body, this is a 2-inch cone, and I have put some material down here on the back because the first time I did this, when, you know, if you look under her skirt, you could see, you know, her private area, and we don't want that. That's not a good look in a gnome. So, let me see where I'm just going to poke a hole through the try to poke a hole through the fabric. And I want to be sure this is in the right place, so I'm going to put my legs on. I'm not going to glue them down yet, but I'm going to put them on. And because I want to make sure she'll stand up. And she will. And she's, you know, her feet go kind of wonky anyway, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so when you know she's going to stand up, let's see, she's not leaning back, she's not leaning. Okay, then you take the shoes back off. Just shoot a little bit of hot glue up in the hole, like so, and put the leg back on. See, that material kind of spreads out, and I'm going to glue that. Wait a minute. Okay. Get up in there. I think my glue hardened over here, and it's not going in, so let me try it again. Okay, so wonder of wonders, she's still standing up. You know, that's the part that takes the longest right there, so we're doing well on time. The next thing you want to do is you want to put some clothes on her, and I pre-made this little dress, and I use fabric glue. I use liquid stitch. It's the one I found works best for me. Bart Simpson. Okay, well, hopefully it won't look like Bart Simpson when I'm through with her. I hope it won't. 150 people, and thank you for the stars, whoever sent those. I can't read the comments, I'm sorry. But at least I'm getting them. You know, there were a couple of days when I couldn't see any comments at all. I did it. Hey, Jen, Cindy. Okay. Well, like I say, now I could have put my needle nose pliers up and pulled the dress down, and in retrospect, that's what I should have done. But I can still use them this way and grab the material and pull it up. So I can, you know, all is not lost. While I'm doing this, I'll tell you that Justin and I do have a private group. We've met twice now. And we have about 70 something people in it, which I think is great, and it's a lot of fun. But Justin and I alternate weeks. The first week he taught us how to make a really big, they could be doll shoes, but these particular ones are finger puppets, but you could put them on dolls. Anyway, he taught us how to make a really big gnome. This past week was my week, so I taught people how to make this little gnome, and I've got 2 or 3 different ways of making the little, so, you know, we'll be going through all of them. This is just the easiest way, and then on alternate, we're each going to teach 1 gnome a month, so be learning, making 2 gnomes, and then on the other Thursdays, we're going to do some other kind of craft. I don't know what. You know, Justin's planned one that involves painting this time, and I really want to learn to paint, but nobody gonna learn to paint from me because I don't know how. The group last week was the first one. Jim showed us how to make these little noses. Well, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate the feedback. So. Okay, her dress is a little long, but you know that's okay. I don't care. You know, if you do this and you don't want it this long, you can cut it off. It's also a little big. I like them to be a little bit tighter than that, but this is okay. Mainly, I want to be sure that it covers her legs. Okay, now that's in the right place. I'm going to put the seam in the back, and I'm not going to do a lot of glue here, but I'm just going to put a little glue down and pull the fabric over it, and that way it'll keep it from coming off. That's really not a good look for a gnome, just to have her dress come off. So I'm just going to tack it down, but I think I'm going to leave the skirt kind of out because I like that. Okay, so now she's dressed, and we need arms. And for arms, I use the Dollar Tree rollers. Well, yeah, use the Dollar Tree rollers, and these are the long ones. They're both the legs and the arms, but are the long ones. And for the legs, you could use the ones that are shorter and a little bit wider, and it'd be perfectly fine. But use what you've got. And you know, I'm gonna take the buttons off for right now to cut it, but I use the buttons on one side is a place to glue something. Thank you, Pam. And just cut the wire in half. And this time I'm going to straighten it out. Straighten it out a little bit. And then I'm going to determine how long my arm's going to be. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half, because this particular way to do it would take 2 Dollar Tree rollers. One for the legs and one for the arms. And okay, now I'm going to recess it up here a little bit, so I can put my bead in there and it won't stick out so far. But I'm going to do it on this side, because somebody asked a question. Yeah, if you're new, yes, okay. The name of the group is Justin and Jim Making Things, and if you're interested in joining, you can contact either one of us, and we can give you the link to PayPal and get you in, and we'll be ever so glad to have anybody who wants to come in. We're limiting the size of the group to 100 because we'd like to be able to see questions and talk to people. Okay, napkin winners. Jennifer Talent. Wait, oh no, these are not napkin winners. These are going to go in the pot for the drawing. Jennifer Talenton, Lisa Wakefield, Pamela Gillian, and 3 more names are coming. So y'all will be, Janice is getting 6 names from every crafter, and she is going to be drawing names. One name will be for a $10 gift card and from Hobby Lobby, and the other will be for a napkin bundle, birthday napkin bundle. So, we're going to do it this way. So that's the first 3, and y'all, you do not have to be present to win. I can't decide what to do. I'm going to do it down here. Okay, I'm just putting the button back on. Slide it up. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the plastic and push it over the roller, and that will keep the hand, you know, that'll keep it from falling out. Then I'm going to roll it. And again, I finished one edge so that it at least gives the appearance of being a neat seam, even though it's not particularly. But it looks better than, you know, an arm fraying off. Okay, so that's one. And now we'll do the other one. I'm going to slow down. Did I explain really well? Well, thank you. I'm so glad. How many spots left in the private group? My daughter and I would like. Okay, Michelle's, there are plenty of spots left for that, but send me a message, or better yet, send Justin a message, because he has the link to the PayPal. But we will be happy to have you. We've got at least 2 slots left. Okay, the arms are about the same. You know, if it's easier for you to send me, you know, something, then I'll get the information. So let's not bother Justin. We don't have to bother him with it. I almost did it again. I came real close to putting this on the wrong, you know, on the finished edge instead of the unfinished edge, and that kind of defeats the purpose, you know. Yeah. Okay, so now I have 2 arms. And you see the seams back here, you want those to be facing the body. That's what you want. It's what I always want. It's not always what I get. And for these, you can just go all the way up to the top of the cone. And when you know where you're gonna, put it, I take my scissors and I just take some of this excess stuff off. And I'm going to put a little glue there to hold the wire in up here. And then you decide where you want to put it, and you want to put it approximately the same place on each side. Marie's here. Welcome. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Y'all, I have just become obsessed with these little gnomes. That's I like the bigger ones too. And in the group, I'll probably be doing the medium-sized gnomes too. That's about the size I was. Ooh, that's hot. About the size I was doing before I started on the littles. Just hold it for a minute until it starts drying a little bit. Hey, Marcy, Marcy, congratulations on your 1,000 people. That's wonderful. I'm so proud and so happy. That's exciting, isn't it? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, those of you who watched last Thursday night are sitting here saying, well, why didn't you make it this easy when we were doing it? And I find that a very good question. I don't have an answer for it. It's because I didn't think about the noodles, the rollers for legs until somebody didn't have wire or something. Didn't have something they needed. So I was trying to figure out a go around so they could still participate and make the gnome. And okay, so I'm gonna. I love the little ones. To me, they just speak to me. They seem to have a lot of personality. No, ma'am, we are not what? What are we not? I don't know. Is Mike North on here? Hey, Mike North. That means Bernice is not far behind. So, hey, Bernice. I'm happy to see you guys. Go watch them if you haven't, because they are so much fun together. Mike and Bernice are married, and Bernice craft page, but he moderates for her sometimes, and it's hysterical. And he crafts too. So and if you're not following the people who are in this event, then you are missing out on some really good crafters. So I hope that you'll go back, and if you weren't following the ones that have already been, that you'll start. And if you stick around, I hope you stick around for the rest of them, and just follow all of us. I want you to follow me too. Yeah, Jennifer, if you're interested, let me know. You find these under finger puppets. Finger puppets. Oh, she's gone right now. Well, you're over here. You can tell her whatever happens. So that's okay. So I've got these beads, and I was going to have her holding something, so I got the kind with the holes, but I changed my mind. So I'm going to put them in here anyway. And if the person who gets this wants to put signs in it, they can. What's scary? Am I scaring y'all? Don't mean to. Okay, good, Jennifer. Thank you. I'll look at that when I get off of here. Yeah, that's what you do. If you want to join, don't just send a message to the page. It's Justin and Jim Making Things. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put these with the holes in them on here. They're a little big, but it's okay. It's a craft, and she's a gnome. Well, hey, Kelly from Nebraska, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you'll stick around and join the family. And the other new people that I've missed, I'm sorry I've missed seeing you, but when Facebook lets me look at my comments, I do welcome you then when I see it. And I really hope that y'all will consider joining my family. That's what I call people who follow me, because I don't like that word followers in relation to as in me having them, because well, I'm just not going to say it again because people get tired of it. So now she's got her hands in. If she has something to hold, she can. I went in another direction for this, but that was my plan. Okay, so really all she needs now is a hat and a nose and hair. And okay, I want you to see this hair. Can you see this hair? This is red hair. I love it, and none other than Janice Ireland sent this to me in Happy Mail. It's the first Happy Mail I ever got, and I loved it. And when I was trying to decide what I was going to do last night, it occurred to me that what I needed to do was Janice. That I needed to do Janice. So this is, she's a ginger. She's got the red hair, and this is clearly way too much hair. So I'm going to cut it down. But first thing I'm going to do is how long do I want it to be? Okay. So anyway, Jennifer, I love the hair too, and I want to get some more, but she sent me a great old big swatch of it, and I've just used it, and this is all I have left, and I think it's entirely appropriate that it go back to her. Okay, now people will tell you don't cut them with needle nose pliers. Needle nose pliers will not cut fur. Okay, I'm just telling you that straight out. It's not going to cut it. If you cut it from the back, you want to make real sure that your scissors go up between the backing and the fur, because you don't want to cut the fur. So what I'm trying to do is find a hole. And I'm not having any luck. Okay, so if you can't do that, if you can't do it that way, you can... I want to do it this way. Okay, there you go. Now cutting it this way, it doesn't matter quite so much, because it's when you're cutting across the lower end of it, cutting this, that way, that you really don't want to cut off the hair that hangs down over the lining, because that's what gives hair in the beards the appearance of hair and beards. And anytime you cut fur, it's going to go everywhere at some point or another. So I want her two sections to be roughly the same. And she's going to have big hair because I've got kind of a big hat that I want to fill up. The hat I want to use for her is too big, so I wanted to put as much up or under that goes under the hat as I can, in hopes that I can use it because it's my favorite. You know, somebody sent it to me, Happy Meal, and I have not had a chance to use it because it's too big for the littles. Okay. So these I'm going to take, and I'm just on one side. Yep, I'm live. We are making a little gnome, with a little red-headed little. This is what we're making. And y'all, when you do this, be real careful, because if the glue and the hair mix and then try to mix and mingle with your fingers, it really hurts. I mean, touching hot glue by itself hurts enough, but when it's melting hair and... Okay, I want the finished edge. So there's one finished edge, and I'm going to just put it right there. We're going to be chit-chatting for a while, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right up at the top of the cone. And move it around. I'm missing comments. Hey, Jude. Thanks, Cindy. Like I say, I'm crazy about the littles. And see, when you do it this way, she's got some hair in the back too. So that's a good thing. Just, you know, you don't want your girl gnome to be bald in the back. So this is the side that's gonna go. Okay. Y'all, I've got enough of this hair left. I can make another red head. Because I do. See, don't do that. Let me make that mistake for you, and then you don't have to stick your hand in glue and find out it's hot. Well, thank you, Joan. I appreciate that. I don't understand it, but I'm having fun, so I'm just not going to question it. You started 3 littles. Okay, are you going to finish them? I hope you do. Why? Did y'all not see me hold that up? So then if you finish off the wrong side, then you can just pull it apart. Thank you for the stars, Donnie. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate the sprinkling. Okay, well, see if we can get it right this time. Y'all, I made a gnome one time, and I spent more time undoing the glue that I had just done than I spent making the gnome. But he turned out pretty cute. He was a hillbilly. Thank you, Elaine. Elaine. Thank you. I think I'm saying that right. Well, I'm not going to see it. Okay, so we're going to try this again. Let me move her. Let me get little Janice out of the way. And we'll just... If I get out of this with my fingers intact, I'm going to be so happy. as hard as it is, if you do get the hot glue on your fingers, just don't pull it off until it's cool, because it will take your skin and your fingerprints with it. I don't have any fingerprints left. I can't do Touch ID or anything. Problem with the arrows in 3 different bodies. My next step is to go from there. Okay. All right. Well, I've never had 3 going at one time, but hey, whatever suits you. Now, you really don't want the hair to come in the, to come together too close in the middle, because I mean, you wouldn't want it to come together down here, because then it'd look like she had a beard, and that's just not a good look. For the first big gnome I made was a girl, and she's got a beard because I didn't put her nose down far enough. I was not thinking. So, okay, so let's just put that over there. Ooh, okay. All right. So there you have her, and if you fluff her hair up a little bit in the back, she's got short hair in the back, and I could put more there, but it's just going to look too bulky, so we'll just let her have short hair in the back. And it's okay. Now the hat I want to use for her is this one. And okay, that takes up the space nicely. I've got this hat or this hat or that hat. Jerry, I have finger protectors. I can't find them, and they pull my project apart anyway. And I've already lost all my fingerprints. I haven't made any yet. Okay, so you may have a preference. Janice, do you have a preference for the hat? Okay, so somebody said yellow. Somebody said this one. I'm hearing more for the yellow hat. Okay. But Janice, what's your opinion? Okay. I'm seeing lots of yellow hats, and if I don't see Janice's response pretty soon, that's going the yellow one. And y'all like this one better than that one. Well, Elaine, you and I are getting outvoted. Vintage Country Crafts. You're not going to answer me, are you, Janice? The body is made out of a 2-inch cone, and you can't get it at Hobby Lobby. Okay, well, most people are saying the yellow one, and the yellow one looks perfectly fine. I could make a twin, but not today, not in the time I have left. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little glue back here. Actually, I'm going to put the glue all the way around. I'm putting the glue right inside the rim, not on the rim, but right inside the rim, so it will all be in contact with her head. And I should have put a ribbon on first. Okay, you choose. Well, it's too late now, Bonnie. Most people said yellow, so that's what we're going with. And for the nose, I've got this one. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It comes in this color, which is semi-flesh looking. So we can have that nose for people who like big noses. Oops. She will stand up. Or we can have this one that's a little smaller. yellow hat with maybe a flower. I could put a flower, and I've got some purple ribbon I'm going to put on here because I like that. I'm just tickled you're making it. What size nose you want, Janice? Or I've got this one that's smaller. You can't see it. That's true. I could get away with anything. So, add a sunflower and a tiny bead. This one, small. Like the little nose. Well, you know, she's kind of got ponytails. But I could put a little, I don't know, I'll put over that later. Okay, smaller nose. Okay. Okay, I'm doing the smaller nose. And I'm just putting a little blush on it to pink it up. Make it not quite so bright. The middle one. Okay, well, y'all, now I'm more on the small ones than I am anything else, so that's what we're going to go with. And Janice apparently is not going to give an opinion, so okay. And you just want to take this and put it right up under the hat, in like so. So you see, you can't really see the little one, but you want it. Well, it doesn't have to touch the hat, but I like to anchor these in two places. So I like to put a little glue on the hat and anchor her. Okay, the nose debate's over. We got a nose on here. And you want the smaller one. So there's that part of her, the little girl. Y'all, it's too late for the second nose. Did we get all 6 of the names? Okay. And then what I did is I made her a little banner because, you know, I like gnomes, so I've got to have gnomes, and I made it a little bit too small. Oh no. Let's see if I can get this. Now I'm not going to glue this down because you know, I'm probably not going to want to leave the. Thank you, Mike. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kathy. Maybe I'll leave that off. I did put some weight in the shoes. I used these glass shards from the Dollarish tree. And she's going to stand up, but I don't know. What do you think about the banner? Hey, Shirley from California. Now, I could make her a little sign with popsicle sticks that says something, but Janice, these holes are big enough to, well, not to stick this in, to stick a skewer in. But you probably know that. Last 3 names: Sue Watts, Kelly Miller, Lamons, I guess, and Marlene Wilson. Okay, thank you, Dina. And if you'd send those to me in a text or message or something, so I can get them to Janice, so that people can be considered for this. Okay, so. All right, what I'm going to do, this is going to be okay for right now. I'm going to take this twine off and put longer twine on, so it hangs down. And I couldn't resist putting a little gnome over here on the side because I like gnomes. Thank you, Jude. Under one arm and over. Let's see. Okay, that could work. That could work. Y'all made the banner out of popsicle sticks. Or, I guess they're craft sticks. That's perfect. Okay. Kelly, your name is being drawn for to put in the pot. Janice is going to draw 6 names from people who watched this, the 6 names we just gave them. And one person's going to win a Hobby Lobby gift card for $10, and the others winning a napkin bundle, a birthday napkin bundle. And, okay, she was standing up. Why isn't she standing up anymore? I think it's too heavy to do it that way, y'all. There, I think it's going to have to be that way. But Janice, I'd suggest you take that off. You know, not leave it that way, because it's going to pop over, and I still have 5 minutes, and y'all, I don't have anything else to do, so let's just talk. She is cute. I love these little gnomes. They are just so, I mean, they have a personality to me. Thank you, Vicki. Thank y'all for liking her. I named her Mini Janice because she's got Janice's hair, literally infused. Put a flower. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I thought about putting a ribbon, but I don't think it'll do. But I also thought about giving her a purple belt. Oh, and I know what else I was going to give her. You know what? Okay. I'll put a flower up there. But I also have, you know, she's got to have a little bling on her. So I got out this tiny little bow. Yeah, I'm going to make the string longer. You know, I'll fix that. But I've got the tiny little bow that I'm going to put right about. Go right there. Yeah, it needs to be down a little bit. Right about there. This is a Totally Dazzled bow. And then I've got another one that I was going to put on her hat. You know, just a tiny little thing. The hats, what are they under on Amazon? I can, you know, if y'all will send me a private message and tell me what it is you want, I can send you a link to where I got them. So we can have a little blingity bling bling up there too. So it should have two blings on Totally Dazzled. For the legs, I used Dollar Tree rollers. She has a rain jacket on, so cute. Okay. I cut the rollers in half. For, you know, each arm is half of a Dollar Tree roller with the wire is still inside, and the legs are just a little bit of the roller with the wire still inside. Okay, I'll put a flower on a hat because I don't have time to get up to go find one right now, and because y'all would be gone when I got back, and boy, that would be a little demoralizing. So she will be totally, well, I could do that. She is going to be dazzled. But I wanted her to have a little bit of bling on her. Now I'll probably have to go back and add some E6000 to keep that on. And I just want you to see what it looks like. She is a sweetie pie. They're all sweet, and they're not nearly as cantankerous as some of those bigger gnomes are. Okay, so a crown. Found the shoes at Amazon. I can send anybody a link, or I'll find the links. I'll put the links on my link tree. How's that? And then you won't have to say, hey, Sherry, how are you? But she's, I don't know where she's going. Maybe she's going to a party. Maybe she's going to high tea. I don't know. Uh-oh, I got to go. Y'all, it's 1 minute till. So the next crafter up is Crafting with Victoria Clark. So y'all head on over there and see her. You'll like her. And I like watching her. And thank you so much for being here and for staying and appreciating it. And Janice, if I can find your address, she's headed your way tomorrow. Okay? All right. Love you. Janice, thanks for having me. Happy birthday. Y'all go see Vicki. Love you. Bye-bye.